Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Renault UE 57. It's a Tier 3 French tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Lakeville. And it's under the command of Renault of the Bart's clan. It looks to me like he's trying to get into a position so he can attack the enemy tanks coming down the valley. This little tank destroyer has a 57mm main gun, which is capable of doing 75 alpha. It's got 110mm of penetration with standard ammo. With APCR, that goes up to 180. You notice how it's actually quite small, and it's based on a tankette that was designed by the French in the UK in 1943. Yes. Whilst they were in exile, they were building things like this. They made one prototype, and it was nicknamed the Rat, of all things, or known as the lawnmower in the game, because of course it looked so much like a little lawnmower. It was a free French vehicle, and it was actually a Renault artillery tractor, but they never put it into mass production, so it was never going to be built. It's actually a 6-pounder gun, the 57mm. You can see our Panzer S35 has moved up to the centre line with the Shure M38, trying to get shots on the enemy. Now, things do not go well in this battle. I have to say right off that there's a troll. It goes without saying, when you get trolls, you get problems. You can't fight a proper game. You can see Renault at this moment doing his job. He's waiting for a target to come into sight so he can actually start hitting it. But he's not the sort of enemy, sort of tank rather, that can actually engage face to face with the enemy. He can't grapple with the enemy simply because he just doesn't have the weight. This thing only weighs total weight of 2,790. And look at this BT2, who's, it's flipped him on his side now. Now he is going to flip back upright when the 30 seconds is up, but note the BT2 rather, is decided that he's going to troll, and he's going to use Renault as a battering ram. And this sort of player, the BT2 player, should be driven out of the game straight away. It's DrKehard is his name. But he should be removed by Wargaming because basically he's using his teammates as playthings, ruining their game, making it impossible for them to enjoy the game, and that sort of player has to be removed from the game altogether. So this BT2 driver should definitely get a disqualification, a ban for life. Well, one good bit of news is he's flipped himself over on his side, but the bad news is, of course, he's going to flip upright sooner or later. And I think actually the bad news is that, Renault is almost as if he's trying to right the guy. But of course, when he does auto-right, either that or he's actually trying to keep the guy immobilized by being in contact with him, so that constantly resets and he won't get back up before the end of the game. Looks like they've got the game in hand. The tanks in the town seem to have done their job, and so long as this BT2 does not turn back upright again, Renault should be safe. Unfortunately, the BT2 has flipped back up again, and now yet again he's trolling. I mean, this is despicable behaviour by DrKehard. Yes, if they find out any other accounts associated with this player, then they should ban those as well. This person should not be in the game. The good news is that but Penrysol rather is not shooting at the guy, just pointing him out to the rest of the team that he is a troll. Unfortunately, none of his teammates can actually help him. And now there's only 2 left on the enemy team. There's 4 on our team, but it could go down to the wire in terms of the fact that if the enemy team, and they've got a pack 40, if the enemy team manages to hold our guys at bay, then this game could be down to just these last 2 players if the others get wiped out. The irony might be that the only players who actually can help our team and win the game might be the enemy team, for that matter. Now he put Penrysol in such a place where, oh no, he's just playing, he's just trying to throw him up in the air. So he's been damaged by collision there. Now that will go against the BT2 player, but he could be wiped out by that impact. Now, engine's damaged. He is trying to set him up to use him as a football. I do hope Wargaming takes a note of this player and immediately bans him. Absolutely ridiculous what he's doing. They've been spotted by the enemy, and we can see the enemy is actually firing at the BT2. Okay, so he's fixed his engine to try and get away. And the BT2 is now running away after he's managed to get Penrysol killed by the enemy, killed by that Lego. And I suspect the Lego is now going to go into the cap and start capping. The BT2 is probably going to drown himself. Well, we just lost the MKA to the Pack 40. And although the Valentine is getting closer and closer to the Pack 40, remember that Pack 40's got the 75mm gun. And yes, he's just killed the Valentine, which makes the last player on our team the BT2, the troll. Which now means the enemy can win. And they will win, because the BT2 is going to get wiped out very quickly. He's a one-shot, and the Pack 40, once he sees him, will finish him off. And he's driving straight for the Pack 40, being chased by the Lego. And although he kills the Pack 40, I think the Lego will get the kill on the BT2. Now, Fenry Solve has said he's actually going to send this through to Klaus Kellerman, and I hope he does, because Klaus Kellerman can certainly use this to highlight the bad behavior of some players. And of course, yes, the Panzer Spy is also saying YouTube. Well, of course it's going to go on YouTube, because Fenry Solve knows about what Arty Noobs, and we don't like this sort of behavior on Arty or tanks, for that matter. We want trolls removed from the game. Well, the bad news is we're not seeing anything that's going on, so I think we'll have to fly over the map until we can see what's going on. The BT2 is getting closer to the gap area, but the Largo is blocking him, I think. There goes the Largo. Largo gets the final kill. Here's the end of battle stats, and yes, that was a defeat for Fenry Solve's team in the UE57. Terrible behavior by that player, which was, of course, DrKehard, this player here. And if we click on his name, we should be able to get if that is his real name or if it happens to be a anonymized name. Yep, that is the player. Created 2014, this account. So he's been around for quite some while, and I suspect that other members of his club clan do the same, showing here that he's in Clubby, or this club here, as a recruit. Well, anyway, he has a high personal rating because he has been in the game, but obviously he's a troll and shouldn't be in the game at all. Should be removed immediately by Wargaming. So there you go, Wargaming. It's your job now to ban this player from the game as soon as possible. Get rid of him and all associated accounts that he actually has. He's been in the game too long, and now he's making it a nuisance, making it really difficult to play the game for other players. So Wargaming, please ban this player. Thank you.